It's Dr. Lori. I'm at the Goodwill in Timonium, Maryland, outside of Baltimore. Come thrift with me. So they're doing these by color. So this is the green end cap. I'm not big on pink flowers personally, but when you see this pattern, you should know it's Franciscan ware. Franciscan ware, very well known, and it's this pattern that you see all the time, but there's not enough of it. I want to show you different marks. Not enough of it. You've got a couple of plates, you know. 2 plates, and this is old Franciscan, right? Old Franciscan ware. That's the mark for the older style. What's older style? 50s, 60s, okay? And they've got 2 of those. They want 75 cents for one. And then this one is a newer mark for Franciscan, and they want 75 cents for the bowl. So 75 cents is their number. So there's these. But then this one is the one you got to look for because it doesn't have the mark. And see, this one is much older than the others. This one they want 125. I think they do this because they don't know. I could, you know, basically they're not sure. They don't have the very clear, oh look, it's Franciscan, so they just put a higher price on it. This should be 75 cents too. They should all be that. They are still a bargain, even at 75 cents. Look at the colors, how much brighter this beige is, okay? So you want to look at that. This one has been damaged over time. Older. Value on all of them, I would say they're worth $20 for all of them together. A lot of lamps, couple of different things. Look for the ones from the 70s and 80s. Most of those are these Stifel brass lamps. They're usually in the same balustrade form that looks like sort of a banister. As you move through, these are from the 70s and 80s. This is going to be the lamp that's going to come into widespread collectability soon because it's colonial revival in 2026. You're going to see a big revival of the American colonial period. So that's the lamp. If you can find a mate, that would be great. And those are really good. And then the next lamp that I would say, while it's new, it's that white lamp trying to look like Hollywood Regency style of the 1960s, but it's a 1990s, early 2000s revival of it. Me, I take all of those brass lamps, and it looks like there's 2 sets right here. There's a set here and a set there. So it looks like 2 pair. Those are nice brass lamp, sturdy, heavy, good. And in terms of how much, they are not marked. I don't see a tag. Oh, there they are. They're $10 for 2. They're $5 each. So I would definitely take those. They're going to look good on a side table too. So there's your bargain. Don't think there's not bargains. Everybody says, oh, there's no bargains. You can't find, everything's so high at Goodwill at the thrift store. They know because everything's so high. It's $5 a lamp. I mean, you know, those lamps are going to come in anywhere between $65 and $75 for each lamp. So, you know, you're wrong about all this nonsense that, oh, Goodwill is charging too much. Some stuff I want to talk to you about when you recognize, you can say, hey, that looks like Limoges. Oh, that looks like Japanese ceramics, this kind of thing. This looks like English ceramics. Look at how faded it is, though. It's a platter, but it's missing the piece that goes on top of it, which would be a piece like this. Right? It would be a covered casserole. This is an underplate for a covered casserole, but the covered casserole is not here. So this stays right here. This, I don't care whatever you see, when you see something that looks like this, pick it up and look for the Royal Copenhagen 3 Waves mark or the BMG mark. This particular mark relates to, of course, the Scandinavian designed pieces, and these are porcelain decorative plates for holidays, particularly Christmas. $2.50. Usually they are manufactured by Royal Copenhagen and hand painted in Denmark. This one, of course, is also that, and it relates to Greenland. And this one is from 1972. But they all look like this. They're that blue-white plate, and it's porcelain. And they're usually this size. They usually have these little holes, so you can hang them on the wall. And, you know, you get grandma or mom a plate every year, that kind of thing. So for $2.50, these plates are about $25 a plate. They are collected. People do like them. So that's a find sitting here, just, you know, that type of thing. These pieces really look like Limoges. When you look at them, you say, oh, that's Limoges. It's got little delicate French-style flowers, little gold rim, and then you turn them over, and in fact, they're made in Japan. So these are the knockoffs. So I always say, you know, they kind of look it, but they just miss. So this might be a just miss aisle kind of thing. They want 75 cents, which is not, too bad for looking like Limoges, but not. And that's the flower pattern that we typically see in Limoges French porcelain. So this is Japanese. These pieces are from the 1980s. 75 cents or a dollar. You might pick them up because they're cute, because they are cheap. They're probably $15. They are $15 for this one and about $18 for this one for your $1.75 investment. So not bad. You're going to see a lot of pieces that sort of are trying to look like Limoges, but these pieces just miss when it comes to the pattern. Notice where the pattern is. So you've got the big rosette here. That rosette ought to be in the middle, and another rosette ought to be in the middle, and then two on each end. The Czechoslovakians tend to move the pattern, this piece from Czechoslovakia. And you can see, trying to look French, but again, just missing. So that's what we're looking at with these. When you see the pattern that's sort of off and not in the places where you expect the major portion of the pattern to be, usually those are Czechoslovakian wares. They do it in this bowl too. And again, look for the marks. But they're bright white china, right? They're bone china, but you can see for $3.50, it's not a bad deal, but I'd probably leave both of these here because the quality is not really there in the ceramic. I like this Italian piece. It's quite large, applied ornament in the Capodimonte style, pretty heavy-handed. It's not old. It's from the 1980s, 1990s, but it's big. And the size of it and the way they've done the applied ornament of the leaves and such, not too many inclusions or damage or breakage. That's a really nice basket form. You can see it's hand-built. You can feel that it's hand-built. Remember I tell you about those, like when you're rolling the clay of the snakes and then they build it, you can see actually the ridges inside. That's a hand-built piece. Always try to carry it from the bottom if you can, because that's going to give you, again, a little more support for the piece. It's Italian made. They only want $6 and it's worth $45. So this is my winner in the, it kind of looks like Limoges, it kind of looks like Royal Copenhagen, it kind of looks like, Capodimonte aisle of ceramics. DVDs and VHS tapes, and people have all these ideas about these and their value. The Disney VHS tape that has the black diamond on it is worth more than others, all of these kinds of things. A lot of this, if there's this many of them, of anything, the value is going to be rather low. Why are there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of The Blind Side? It's a good movie, it's about football, Sandra Bullock, it's a good movie, but it's on all the time. So of course there's going to be a lot of them. Anytime you have a lot of something, right, repetition, the value is usually low. So it's going to stay low because there's so many of them out in the marketplace. Rugs, different from carpets. Carpets wall to wall, rugs have a defined space or area. This is a cheaper carpet, a cheaper rug than this rug. Why? You can't see any of the decoration on the other side, right? So you're not seeing the pattern as well on this side. You look at this one, this particular rug, you can actually see what the decoration is. That's what you're looking for, because that indicates knots, how many knots are actually done to make the actual rug, not carpet. Popular, these rugs are popular going all the way back. So it's just the styles over and over again. This is usually called a garden, basically a garden rug pattern, but this is a relatively inexpensive rug too. But when you see sort of one whole color and you don't see different colors in a rug, you know that you don't have an expensive rug. So always look at the back of the rug. Always turn it over and look at the back to see if you can see as much patterning as possible. The more patterning, the higher value. I know most of you, when you're looking at artwork, you don't want to deal with the big pieces, you want to deal with smaller pieces. Look at the big pieces because usually that's where the value is. So like this original work of art in a frame, it's a pretty good abstract landscape. However, it's damaged. See this? They ripped it because somebody's putting stuff up against it. So you just have to be aware of that. But, real is what you're looking for, authentic real. So what I like when you look through this is a 19th century frame. This particular frame has a certain curve and the interior gold runner. Those date from the the 1850s to the 1890s. It's a very old frame. It's a mirror, and most of them are mirrors. It's really beautiful. It's solid wood. It's a little banged up. In excellent condition, that's a $400 frame. In this condition, you're looking at $275. Look at that price. That's $15 for a 19th century OG style wooden frame. It's solid hard wood. This is a gorgeous bargain. It's gorgeous. Fantastic. So I want to talk to you about this because I know a lot of you are concerned and interested in prints. So a couple of things. This is a great print for a lot of reasons. It's the Houses of Parliament. It's by a relatively well-known artist named David Gentleman. 6 of 100, low print number, low print run, right? You want that. And don't forget to get the loop, my loop, because when you look in, you can see all the little dot pattern when you were using the loop. You might have to go back and forth, but basically you understand that these particular dots tell you a lot about the quality of the print. So this is a beautiful example, and it's low at lower right. It's low for the print run. It's big. It's $20. They want $20 for it. And it's St. Thomas Hospital, and of course the Houses of Parliament. The vignettes is what he's known for, these little images in one big piece. And you can see this is splitting, you know, it's not great. You probably have to reframe it. You can see the price tag on it for 20 bucks. And this print has a market value today at $350. I told you I'd find good stuff here at the Goodwill. More to come.